Top of the agenda, what the next steps are if Russia accepts a peace deal.
I think that is very important now to organize such to meet and discuss very sensitive issues regarding to peace talks, what we have in the United States, and between us and our team came back, and I think that they will brief us to talks with the Americans and the talks of Americans with Russians, I think.
The UK Prime Minister has reiterated any peace deal will need to be long-standing.
We stand with Ukraine, and if there's to be a ceasefire, it needs to be a just and lasting ceasefire. And that's why it's so important that we repeatedly set out the principle that matters about Ukraine for Ukraine.
John Sparks has more.
What we were seeing today at Downing Street was, for the most part, presentational. It was about sending a message, big show of support for President Zelensky. And the reason they're doing that is because Zelensky is under massive pressure at the moment. Pressure from Donald Trump to sign up to a deal, not only sign up to a deal, but to do it quickly. The fear is that the American president washes his hands of Ukraine and walks away. So, you know, he's trying to keep the Americans on board, trying to keep Trump on board. He's also under pressure on the battlefield. You know, the Russians are taking more territory over the last 4 or 5 weeks than they have done for some time. The Ukrainians don't have enough men. It is a serious situation for them on the battlefield. So for the Europeans, an important opportunity to show real support for the Ukrainians. We heard Keir Starmer there saying we stand with Ukraine, ceasefire has to be just and lasting. But what does he mean by that? What is he prepared to do to bring about a ceasefire like that? I think this is the big question for European leaders like him, like Macron, who was trying his best to sound upbeat in those remarks that were given after they went into Downing Street. He said, you know, we do have cards, parroting a line earlier from Trump given many months ago when he said Zelensky didn't have any cards. Macron was also saying, look, the Russian economy, it's under real pressure, trying to sound upbeat. But you know what? The mood was pretty somber. And I think we got that from Friedrich Merz, the German Chancellor. He said the days ahead would be decisive. And he went on to say that he was skeptical about some of the details coming in the document from the US. In many ways, this was presentational for the Europeans as well. It's decision time for them. You know, what form is European support for Zelensky and the Ukrainians going to take going ahead?